Tom, my husband, and my daughter, Bethany, had gone to Puerto Rico for a surf competition. Sitting at the computer, I did a search for weather conditions. That region tends to get big storms. I became concerned when I found Hurricane Cheri brewing, which is my name but with a different spelling. The weather report also said that another hurricane, called Thomas, my husband's name, followed back to back and had stormed over Hamilton, an island town in Bermuda. I was amazed at the irony of the names because it described in weather terms what life had been like for our family. At this time, November 2010, our nephew had just died on the East Coast, and here on Kauai, everyone was in shock over the death of four-time world champion surfer Andy Irons, who had lived close by. All of these unusual signs also acted as a confirmation to put down on paper my reflections of the storm-surging changes that have come upon my life and that of my family, as well as the island of Kauai. My mother said that I didn't walk at 7 months, I ran. Activity and energy have been a part of me from the start. I should have been a pro athlete, but at the time there were few options for women. When I went surfing for the first time, my life was never the same. I soon committed my whole life and existence to catching the next wave. For the next 15 years, I lived to surf. I focused my everyday life on finding waves and only working jobs that allowed me to have time to surf. When I met Jesus, I personally experienced His divine providence in a way that I could not walk away from, which guaranteed that I would never deny His existence. After I had invited Jesus into my heart, I knew that I had found the truth and, at last, that my deepest desire for love was fulfilled and complete in Him. His love filled a void in my heart that I had longed for all of my life. At the beginning, I was a young surfer girl, living my dreams, who encountered God in an unlikely place through unlikely disciples. I was a surf gypsy, with a surf gypsy husband, enjoying life in a tropical paradise. But I became a mother who had to wrestle with fear and uncertainty when the news came that her daughter had been attacked by a shark. I never expected our children to be life changers. We had raised our daughter to surf, not to be in the media spotlight. Yet she embraced this challenge to honor God and be His witness to the world. Our story is about a violently shattered dream that was replaced with a bigger one. But most of all, our life story has been and continues to be about trusting God in spite of circumstances, pressures, and unexpected events. I've always wanted to be involved in some kind of Christian ministry, but every door closed for me. So I focused on raising my children for Him, teaching them His word, His ways, and His unconditional love. Unbelievably, it turned out to be the very ministry God was calling me to all along. My story tells about a journey to find hope, truth, and purpose. It encompasses the perspective of my husband, a sensitive yet strong father who struggled to make sense of a tragedy, and who had to learn to trust God all over again. It reveals my struggles to find love, hope, and acceptance. It includes the perspective of my sons, Bethany's brothers, whose lives have been irrevocably changed by the sudden and unforeseen reverberations stemming from the choice our family made to allow Bethany's story to be told. Most of all, this story is a glimpse into God's perspective as it has been revealed to us. Only in retrospect have we been able to see how far back His amazing providence has reached into our lives. His hand has always been active, and not just since the events of that fateful Halloween morning in 2003. From the beginning, God prepared our lives in so many ways for such a time as this, just as He did for Queen Esther. Esther 4, verse 14. My hope is that by reading our story, you will be encouraged to pursue God regardless of the cost. He doesn't take away or allow you to go through pain to hurt you, but to heal and transform and draw you to Himself. God's plan is not to leave us as He found us, but to fill our lives with His purpose and His hope for an amazing future filled with His love.